race. Two, 1, 2 then, Frankie Wayman expected to make his part. We're looking for the green flag. We're away, rocket and rolling. Brisca F1 Stockwell style here at Skegness Stadium in the first part of the UK Speed Weekend. .307 then, Tim Warwick it is in the early stages, ahead of 1:37. That's Andy Jacklin. Lead car then over the start finish line. This time is 3:07 from 1:37. 4:23 looks pretty nippy on the charge, just ahead of Keith Neville, and we've lost one there on the exit of turn 4 in a pretty precarious place as well. Could well be number 400, in fact it is 400, Jim Conlon, who has been doing exceptionally well in the B class formula. Meanwhile, we're switching back to the raceway and it's 3:07 from 1:37. 9:01:41. Paul Corker then doing extra in a row in the 141 car. Looking mighty lively. And we've got a big coming together up there on turns 1 and 2, 4:54 there in particular as well, and another car's numbers obscure from this particular purchase could be in fact 4:34. We'll confirm that later. They're certainly well out of contention. 3:07 there now from 1:37. Tim Warwick then establishing quite a healthy looking lead over the 1:37 car of Andy Jacklin. The lead car's then streaking over the start and finish line. We've got halfway this time, Mr. Starter, halfway this time. The Union Jack about to be shown to 3:07, Tim Warwick. Still well there, Andy Jacklin though, forcing as well ever closer towards that lead car. 91 comes through swiftly into third place, that's Wolf Warnes. He's certainly going to be a lively contender as we go into the second part of this race. Still Tim Warwick leading, Andy Jacklin 1:37 in second spot, and these two pulling clear of 91, Wolf Warnes. 52 comes through next best, that's Craig Howard, and he's going to be making a charge before too long. Just 5 next time, Mr. Starter, 5 next time, and Tim Conlon at 400 in trouble again down that back straightaway, this time with 2:36. Michael Ives, and that certainly ruined their chances. Meanwhile, the lead car is already through the start and finishing point. It's 3:07, Tim Warwick into turn 3 already. He's now ahead of 91 and 52. That's your lead 3 cars, Mr. Zar, 3:07. This is the battle for second and third after 1 to 5. It's 91, 52. Number 6, Phil Wheeldon comes through into 4th spot. So then we're certainly going to look as though we're all going to have a crackerjack finish, but Tim Warwick doesn't look as though he wants to be, or he's going to be denied in this one. Moves past another back marker there. Tim Warwick opening up quite a substantial lead now ahead of 91, Wolf Warnes. Warwick then in command, looking super composed, super cool. Started off in pole position. Leading flag to flag, we think, as the last lap board comes out from you, Mr. Starter this evening. Richard Kalita, Tim Warwick got 380 metres from that checkered flag. Wolf Warnes though in 92 is definitely closing, as is 52, Craig Ells. Well, that checkered flag's going to turn too swift for them. Tim Warwick taking it easy around turns 3 and 4, up towards the checkered flag. Tim Warwick's got it in 3:07. Wolf Warnes win the battle for second spot ahead of 52, Craig Howard. And then they come scorching over the line. 5:07 could well be there in 4th spot. That's a commentator's observation only. So then we're just getting the stragglers through. We've got reds on the circuit. We've got a problem. We've got a problem. Over to you, Mr. Starter. Over to you, Mr. Starter. stock cars running then, and off we go. We're off and running in Brisca F1 stock cars, Heat 1 here at Skegness Stadium this sunny, gorgeous Saturday evening. Part 1 of the Skegness United Kingdom Speed Weekend. And certainly then the heroics are coming from the back of the grid, with the red-grey drivers really beginning to sort things out. All the cars then beginning to use the bumper in some style. Biggest casualty number 1 is Peter Folding, the current world and European champion. He'll not be figuring in the finish of this one. He pulls off on the infield. That's a big disappointment of the Folding fans, but he's no longer with us in this one. .393 then, leading them back out in the early stages of this one. Brisca F1 stock cars, Heat 1, A-Class. 393, 221, 97, Murray Harrison, 327. The Blues beginning to make them out there, and on the charts from the back of the rig, we've got 515, Junior Wayman. Just watch him go already into about 8th and 9th place, and going well. But here's your race leader coming scooting over the start and finishing line again. It's 393. Looking cool and composed down that back straightaway. 393 is Mike Smith from Hartlepool, and he's pulling well clear of 221.
Next time.
We're already at the halfway stage. Next time, Mr. Starter, halfway next time. Mike Smith, then, your leader in 393. He's coming over the start and finish line this time. He's got the Union Jack. That denotes the halfway point of the race. 393, 221, and 97, Murray Harrison, 327 on the charge as well. And then we've got Junior Wayman in 515, making ground hand over fist in the 515 car. He's ahead of number 2, Peter Harrison. Still the red-grey drivers yet to make their mark, and they're all trying to catch 393, Mike Smith. He's your leader as they go right over the start and finishing line. 5 this time, Mr. Starter, 5 this time, 393, Mike Smith, he's getting really intermingled among the back markers, but he pulls clear, he passes 3 cars in one go off turn 4, down the home straightaway. That's enabled him to put 3 cars between him and his closest pursuer, who is 221 down that back straightaway. 221 is Steve Cooper then from Walsall in the West Midlands. 97, Murray Harrison is in 3rd spot, and Cooper nearly overcooked in there. That's allowed Murray Harrison to sweep through in the 2nd spot. It's all action this time. The 3-lap board comes out. It's still 393. Mike Smith in command, in complete control now. 97 is in 2nd spot, ahead of 221. And then we got 515, Junior Wayman. And these 4 then pulling clear. Looks as though they've got the race between them as the 2-lap board comes out. Brisca F1 stock cars, Heat 1. Still everything to play for, of course. Nothing is ever won till that checkered flag drops in Brisca F1 stock car racing. The last lap out then to 393, Mike Smith. He's well clear. Murray Harrison in 2nd spot and 221. Stephen Cooper and Junior Wayman then about to bump the bumper in on that last lap, no doubt, into turns 3 and 4. No eyes on your race winner at the checker flag. It's 393. Who's going to come through in second is Murray Harrison, 97, 221. Stephen Cooper 3rd, 515. Junior Wayman in 4th spot. Keep him coming, Mr. Starter. Keep him coming. Reds, Mr. Starter, if you please. Reds on the circuit. Brisca Formula 1 stock cars in Heat 2 for the A-Class. In fact, it's a B-Class. A's and B's heats. B-Class it is then. Brisca. Oh, got quite a going in up there on turns 1 and 2. That certainly sorted some of the white graders out in a big way. 140C up there is coming through pretty smartly now to take over the lead as the back markers try to rejoin the race. Let's see how the race is settling down then. 140 it is, leading the pack in the early stages. And quickly building up a sizable lead as well is the 140 car. That's Addy Robinson, who is making his Skeggy debut. Oh, and he goes outside that parked car up there, and that's allowed 137 to get ever closer. 140 then, leading through. Andy Robinson from Stockport. Comparatively newcomer to Brisca F1 stock car racing. 137 and 96, so the first three then getting a bit closer to each other down that raceway. Glinduff in the 96 car, beginning to put the bumper in, and to some good effect as well, because he's come through, hurdling through in fact into second spot. 140 though, still your leader, Andy Robinson from 96, Glinduff. 140 just picking his way through the tight turns here at Skegness. 140, 96. Glinduff beginning to put pressure on the 140 car, and that pressure succeeds as Glinduff in 196 comes through. Glinduff it is in the 96. This is the battle up front then. Half next time, Mr. Starter, half and next time, and 96 then really puts the pedal to the floor down that back straightaway. He's increasing his lead somewhat. 78 moves through in the second spot, and that 78 car is a Richard Johnson, and he falls there to a car, swoops on the infield, tries to get back on the raceway. 91, Will Horns is the one that's come past him. Meanwhile, all that incident on 3 and 4 has left Glinduff in a nice position. As we're already into the second part of this one, cars coming off the circuit at all manner of times now. Certainly a big high casualty rate as the leader swoops through in a quite considerable lead from 212 and 91. 5 this time, Mr. Starter, 5 this time. That 5 lap board should have been out that time. It's Glinduff then, 96, pulling down that back straightaway. Certainly is pulling off turn 2 to maximum effect. 212, Frankie Wayman in second spot. So can the KG old-timer come through and snatch victory as we run right down into the lap boards as that checkered flag back comes. It's 96, 212, 91 and 78. That's the way it's looking on the circuit at the moment. Certainly Glinduff is now, surely will be coming under pressure from the 212 car. He passes another back marker. Once again he shows excellent power off turn 2 into 3 and 4. Not quite so quick there, and the 212 car is definitely catching. Now as we enter the latter stages of Brisca F1 stock cars B grade. This time the last lap board will be shown, just 10 metres between Glinduff 96 and 212 Frankie Wayman. We could have a crack-a-down finish in this one. Frankie Wayman 212 closing right up. I think we're going to see the bumper come into effect on turns 3 and 4. We're on the last lap, the checker flag backing in. What's Frankie Wayman going to do? Will Glinduff have enough in reserve? It looks as though it is. 96, Glinduff takes it from 212, Frankie Wayman. 91 moves through into third spot. That's Will Horns. Keep the cars coming, Mr. Starter. Keep the cars coming. Okay, Mr. Starter, red's on the circuit. Stock cars, E2, A-Class, and this looks as though it could be a little bit lively. So then, all the cars circulating around the opening lap. 25 then, leading them out. Terry Foster it is, leading the fray in the early stages. First up, Luca Brake Racing, 97, Murray Harrison through into 4th spot. 26 then, Terry Foster it is, leading the fray in the early stages. First up, Luca Brake Racing, 97, Murray Harrison through into 4th spot. 27 then, Luca Brake Racing, 97, Murray Harrison through into 4th spot. And Murray Harrison really putting the bumper in there on turns 1 and 2. He's already through, forcing his way through in the second spot. 2-2-1. Steve Cooper then, he's the one doing the damage. Immediately behind the 97 car. And still towards the back of the grid, we've got the likes of Peter Faulding, number 1, the world and European champion. And bringing up the rear 3 is 7-8, Wayne Handley. So then we've got a change up front now, off at turn 2 down that back straightaway. It's 97. Murray Harrison from 25, Terry Foster. In third spot we've got 464. Then moving fluently through into second spot. And that's Jamie Davison from Altrincham, winner of the final here at the last meeting, so he's certainly looking good. 464, Jamie Davison. He's trying to pull back the race leader, and that race leader. Half next time, it's not a half next time. Your race leader is 97, 464, 202. Is Richard Mason through into third spot. Terry Foster is 4. 5 on 5, Junior Wayman is 5th. Union Jack flag then comes out. That signals the halfway point in the Brisca F1 stock cars A class. Murray Harrison 97, Jamie Davison 464, 202, Richard Mason 5 on 5, Junior Wayman. That's your 1, 2, 3, 4 on the circuit as we go right through into the second part. Brisca F1 stock cars A class. Come through then. The lead car is still Murray Harrison. 5 this time, Mr. Starter. 5 this time. Your race leader is 97, 464, 5 on 5 and 202. 53, John Lund beginning to make his lap in 5th or 6th place. He's now ahead of 25, Terry Foster. Number 2, Paul Harrison pulls off onto the infield. Here's your leader then coming through. It's 97, Murray Harrison. Junior Wayman comes through, swoops through on the inside of Jamie Davison, picks up the thread in second spot. But still, Murray Harrison's got it, 97 from Junior Wayman, 5 on 5, 464. Here's Jamie Davison, these three pulling clear at 203. Richard Mason, 53, John Lund in 5th. So then can Murray Harrison hang on to this lead? Just 2 laps from now to the checker flag. The 97 car going sweetly down the back straight. Looks as though he's got this one sewn up now. Murray Harrison, a very popular winner indeed, 5 on 5. Junior Wayman still looking for close that gap down. Jamie Davison in third spot at a respectable distance. He's ahead of Richard Mason in 202. No time for Junior Wayman to make any impact on this. Here's Murray Harrison, 97, takes the checker flag from 515, 464, 202 and 53. Kim going, Mr. Starter, Kim going. Reds, Mr. Starter, Reds please. Brisca F1 stock cars, B3 then, B class. Quite a little schmozzle up there. Jim Conlon again, number 400, not having the very best of luck at Skegness in this UK speed weekend, part 1. So once again it's 307, Tim Warwick, winner of Heat 1, trying to complete that double. He's coming out the early place, 307 from number 9, Keith Neville, 140 looking pretty nifty around the circuit in the early stages. 140 then, Andy Robinson in third spot, 141, Paul Corker in 4th. Here we get then coming out the pack as Paul Corker does all kinds of funny things down the home straight. That's letting the lights. And Phil Wheelton, number 6 and 235. Race on wave yellows, race on wave yellows. Keep 'em rolling, Mr. Starter, keep 'em rolling. Keep 'em going. Away we go then, Brisca F1 stock cars, B-Class, B3. And 140 there, that's Andy Robinson really deposited in that safety barrier in no uncertain terms indeed, and that's a long way to get the field decimated in the very early stages. .307 then, Tim Warwick, as he was in Heat 1, leading the pack, led from flag to flag in Heat 1, and trying to complete that double. 507 moves in to 507 is in second spot. Neil Smith, and then 350 Phil Wilton in 6. 14 beginning to make some sort of impact as well. That's Roger Bromley. Interesting to see how he goes. Glinduff, winner of Heat 2, he's in the top half a dozen as well. So then the cars are virtually still in their own grade. Oh, and also half a dozen cars are really in trouble on the exit of turn. The exit from turn 2 down that back straightaway, and Glinduff, one of the ones who really come to grief there. 4 cars adrift down the home straight. Meanwhile, we're looking back to the start and finishing line. That race leader is 307, Tim Warwick. And he's now some way ahead of 507 and car number 9. Number 9 then, Keith Neville it is in third spot, 507 in second. They're all chasing this race leader, 307, Tim Warwick. Field decimated, we've got half next time. Once again, Jim Conlon in trouble on the pit turn. Spotted him 2 or 3 times this evening, not encountering the best of days around the Skegness circuit. But your race leader is beginning to put cars between himself and his closest pursuers. It's 307, 9 and 507. Here's your leader then, over the start-finish line. Who's going to be second this time? It's 9, Keith Neville. He's ahead of 507. Neil Smith, he's there in the third spot. And 78 moves through into fourth, but some way adrift ahead of 52, Craig Howard. We're running right through in the latter stage of this one. 5 this time, Mr. Starter, 5 this time. Race leader is still 307, 400. Jim Conlon is not there, he's a lap down. He's putting pressure, Jim Conlon putting pressure on the race leader, which is still 307 ahead of 9 and 507. 9 gets taken out there by that marker on turn 2, so that's put everything all afresh, and it's still 307 from 507. It's 307 and 507. Neil Smith in second spot. 307 is Tim Warwick. So then these two leaders not so far in front now, 78 and 52. 78 is Richard Johnson of 52, Craig Howarth there pursuing these leaders down. First, second, third and fourth. The second car gone then. Neil Smith just spins out with no help from everyone on turn 2. And that's left Tim Warwick still going towards that checkered flag. 20 metres ahead of Richard Johnson. It's all beginning to happen. 52, 307, 78 and 52. It's still Tim Warwick though as the last lap more begins to come out. 307, 78 and 52 locked together. And it's all changed up from there because 78, Richard Johnson's come through. Craig Elf, 52, follows him through. Is the bumper comes in. 3 lots of bumpers come in. Who's going to line up for the checkered flag? It's 52, Craig Elf. He takes the checkered flag. Quite dramatic style there. Unlucky on Tim Warwick. 37 led all the way around the race, and still the bumpers coming in. The action coming thick and fast on turns 3 and 4. And we still need them, Mr. Starr. Still need these cars. So then, plenty of action all the way. Reds on the circuit, Mr. Starter. Quite eventful and hectic, entertaining. Brisca Formula 2 stock car. B-class heat 3. Drop that green flag and let's get away and running. And in fact, we've got that early green. So we're off and running in this Brisca Formula 1 Grand Final A-Class as part 1 of the Skegness UK Championship Speed Weekend here on the East Coast. Certainly the cars then going on at a pace in this one. The Skegness floodlights coming into play always makes it more atmospheric. Of course, makes the racing look that much quicker. Cars then flying around the circuit. Your leader is 393. He's your race leader in the very early stages. 393 is Mike Smith from Hartlepool. Already been in winning vein here at Skegness earlier on in the evening, taking a heat, and it's still 393. And what a lead he's pulling out as well from 38 and 25. Certainly these three yellow-grey drivers are not messing about too much. Oh, Murray Harrison gets shunted there high, what an answer on turn 3, and that's really opened things up. It was Steve Cooper in 221 that did the damage. Murray Harrison trying to get back at him. Cooper from the blue, leading the blue-grey. Well, this leader is 393, Mike Smith, and what a substantial lead he's got. He's ahead of 38 and 25. 221, Stephen Cooper, and 97, Murray Harrison. Cooper moves through into third spot on the inside, down that back straightaway. He's opened up the gap. I expect Murray Harrison to follow him through, as indeed he does. Oh, and 129, they really class the board in some style. That's Steve Lewin. They really clattered that safety fence just short of the start and finishing line. One or two reds as well on the infield. We're keeping an eye on that situation. Race on wave yellows, race on wave yellows, race on wave yellows. Hey. So, yet another nasty looking accident and incident has been avoided. We're looking for the green flag and away we go. We've got it straight away. 393 then, Mike Smith. Steve Cooper 221 in second spot, so Mike Smith had that lead dwindled away now what he has built up in this Brisca Formula 1 stock cars. Half this time, Mr. Starter, half of this time. Murray Harrison moves through into third, but the bumper's coming in thick and fast as Junior Wayman 515 begins to make his mark. He's pulled through into fourth spot. So it's Mike Smith down that back straightaway. He's pulling out hand over fist over 221. Stephen Cooper, then Murray Harrison fending off. One chance from Junior Wayman, but not the second one. 515 moves through into third. And now Murray Harrison coming under threat from John London, succumbs to that attack as well. In race order now, Mr. Starter, in race order. So it looks as though we're going to have an absolute crackerjack finishing this one. Mike Smith defying everything. Established that long lead before the race stoppage, and he's building one up again. 393 from the 221, 515, 53. 97, that's your leading five on the circuit. Cars then in race order. We got the lead cars through, and it's 5 this time. It's the starter, 5 this time. The only change comes in second spot as Junior Wayman, 515, comes scorching through down that back straightaway into second spot, and he's chasing the leader then. Mike Smith now, but Mike Smith still with a 40 metre or so advantage, pulling along that back straightaway with a clear, virtually clear track ahead of him. It's going to take a monumental effort from Junior Wayman to reel him in. Mike Smith then from Hartlepool's dominating this race from a long, long way out. Even the race suspension is not denied in this advantage. We're looking at the 3-lap board this time, and Mike Smith is still clean onto that lead. Junior Wayman is in second, 5 on 5. Stephen Cooper coming under attack after attack from 53. John Lund, the sparks fly from the 53 car. He made a complete hash at turn 3. Meanwhile, he's still there in 4th spot, chasing that leader, and that leader is 393. Mike Smith, the last lap board, and out this time for the 393 car. Absolutely flying. Can Junior Wayman mount a challenge around the last half a lap of those? 393. All jet clear, just keeping that metres ahead. It's checkered flag time then. Mike Smith takes it in 393. Junior Wayman in second spot. Stephen Cooper 221 at 53. John Lund 97. Murray Harrison at 250. Keith Chambers. Peter Fowling comes across that line there, virtually broadside. We've got the Reds on the circuit. Reds on the circuit. We've got a lift-off then. 27 cars on the raceway. Brisca Formula 1 B-Class Grand Final as the first part of this Skegness Stadium United Kingdom Speed Weekend. Well, certainly action coming fast and furious, thick and fast, really right through the opening exchanges. In this one, 99 then peeling right across the centre green there after that clash with 96 Glindaff. But he comes back onto the circuit. He really is going to be well rising. We're looking for the race leader there, well clear and charging down that back straightaway. We're going to pick him up 140 then. In second spot, here's your race leader. 137 then. Leading through from 140. 140 is Andy Robinson, 137 is Andy Jacklin. He's your current leader, Andy Jacklin in 137. Oh, and cars all over the circuit down there on turn 2 then. That's really opened this race up. Race on wave yellows, race on wave yellows. Race then on wave yellows. Certainly half a dozen cars involved in that spine chilling action on turn 2. When the dust settles, we'll keep you informed of exactly what happened, who's going where and why for. '27 cars started out the road to the checkered flag. Just looking around the circuit, it looks as though we've lost about 8, probably 9, so not too many left room. The field decimated. Let's see what awaits us then at the conclusion. Brisca Formula 1 Grand Final B-Class. Oh, the cars are really beginning to spin themselves around turns 3 and 4 as well. 91, Will Ford, he gets hooked up with Phil Wheaton there. 6 and 91. 91, he's the quickest to react, having got rid of Phil Wheaton. He then picks up a tyre and goes screaming towards the safety fence. 140 now has taken over the race lead, so we're looking for 140 to strike the front. He's your race leader, Andy Robinson. 137 still there in second spot. Here's your lead cars coming through the start-finish point again. There will be 307 there in third spot, so the 3 leaders are pulling clear. We'll pick one of the red chains. There's your leader, 140, 137, 307, Tim Warwick in third spot. Behind Tim Warwick, 307 in fourth, we've got 52, that's Craig Howarth. So Craig Howarth in the 52 car, really on the charge. It'll be interesting to see the lead car streaming through. We've got half this time, this is not a halfway this time. Still plenty of action to come in this Brisca Formula 1 Grand Final B class. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. Really impeding was 307 Tim Warwick, who was in third. Could be all changed as well, because Craig Helworth then comes scorching through as Tim Warwick for one gets in all kinds of a schmozzle up there. So action coming fast and furious right around the circuit. Still 140 leading from 52. Here's your lead car over the start and finish line. This is your leader, Andy Robinson, 140, and he's pulling well clear now, 52. Craig Helworth, he goes through into second spot. And yet more action, this time from 236, so even for the minor places, we're getting one hell of a race in this Brisca Formula 1 Grand Final B-Class race. Action, as we say, right around the circuit, but still no one can pull back. 140, Andy Robinson. Look at the lead he's established over 52. Craig Helworth, and it looks as well, it could well be a race. Winning lead, 5 next time, Mr. Starter, 5 next time. As you say, we're running right through to the 5 this time and taking the 5 laps. It is 140, Andy Robinson. He's Craig Helworth picking him up. 52, he's got 40 or 50 metres still to pull back as we enter the last 5 laps of this absolutely cracking Brisca Formula 1 B-Class Grand Final. Andy Robinson still set himself around. Craig Helworth then looking to complete a heat and final double in second spot. 2:36 and 14, that's the way it's looking in the places behind him, but it's all about one driver at the moment. 140, Andy Robinson at 52 is beginning to close, so could we yet see a crackerjack finish just as we did in E3? Get all in, John. Oh, and yet another clattering comes on to 3, and the leader then is now about to be attacked by the 52 car. It's 140, 52. The two leaders opposite you now, Mr. Starter. Welcome to work the way through the back markers. The last lap board coming out this time. When will the attack come from the 52 car? He's got the one, Andy Robinson, right in his sights. Andy Robinson still fending the 52 car off, neck and neck down that back straightaway. 52 out racing, comes through on the inside. And it's Craig Helworth, and he's going to take the checker flag. 52, Craig Helworth gets it from Andy Robinson, 140. Well, what an absolutely breathtaking race we've got in that one. Brisca Formula 1 Grand Final B-Class. Keep him coming, Mr. Starter, keep him coming, we really need him. It's one of the handicaps you have to play when we get a good and entertaining race like that. Reds on the circuit, reds on the circuit. And then Craig making winning look comparatively easy here at Skegness. If you wonder what the cameraman's doing, they're from Yorkshire Television, so if you live in that part of the world, don't forget to watch Calendar on Monday night to see some scintillating stock car action under the Skegness floodlights.